Yo, my guy, that's crazy. Here I was ranting for 5 minutes before anybody said a word. That is so awkward. Um, well, that's awkward. Should I just stop the live and do it again for the people that are watching this now wondering, like, why is she muted in the beginning? Well, now you know. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. You know what? But it is as it's supposed to be. I feel like I collected my thoughts and I was a little bit too out there. And, yeah. I should not be on mute anymore. But if you still don't hear anything, then let me know. Because that's on me and I will figure it out. I hope it works, though. I hope it works now because I don't know why, yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't work. Let me type it in here. And that's crazy. Y'all can't hear me. What? No sound? What? What? Y'all are really watching me silently mime right now? That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all can't hear me right now? No sound? That's crazy. Well, this is just kind of a vibe, so maybe I should start over to give you guys that opportunity. Yeah, man. I mean, on my it looks like it's working, but obviously, I'm not the one that needs to hear my own voice in the void. I do that without talking all the time. I do this because I have so many thoughts in my head. Y'all still can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me? No sound? I can hear myself. That's crazy. That's awkward. Oh, damn, bro. Dang. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart. You know, I can restart. I'm a real one, okay? Oh, what? You can hear now? Are you serious? I didn't say anything bad about you guys, so that's good to know. All right. So that's a vibe right there. That's a vibe right there. Am I gonna go into the throat chakra now? Because you bet I'm gonna go into the throat chakra now because that's a vibe that's coming through right now. It's Friday, which is a day I focus on my throat chakra. Okay? And what does that mean, Esther? Okay. Well, Esther, it means that I focus on my expression. I like to look cute on Fridays. Not really. That's just something that naturally happens. I'm so happy you guys can hear me. Because I was talking into the void for a while there, and I'm not sure how long I was talking in the void. That's crazy, though. You are a real one for letting me know. Because I would have been silently miming for like a while. And I would have just been fine with it because let me tell you, in the beginning, when the voice audio was not working because I accidentally had it muted, I was talking about how I've made like over 40 videos this week, and you know, those videos range from like a 3-second clip to like an hour, and I haven't posted any of them anywhere. And now I just have them sitting in my iCloud storage. Sitting in my storage, taking up space. And your girl needs to clear them. And so, honestly, that is a reason why I go live is because it doesn't, like, take any space on my local drives. So, that's, now you know, the more you know. But yeah, so yeah, the girl, Esther's throat chakra be kind of like it's been struggling a little bit with the communication, but like when has it not? Like honestly, when has it not? I think I actually like missed a meeting that I was supposed to have today, but I think I had dinner instead. So that's kind of like the vibe. It's kind of like one or the other. So yeah, I think what I was getting at with that whole throat chakra, I think focusing on the medicine that the throat chakra holds, for me personally, like, this is a day I like to sing. I just made a little song. You want to hear it? No, you don't, but like, you hear, so you're gonna hear it anyways. I don't know, guys. This is what's good. What's good? Um, Jesus. I was just saying, when you guys couldn't hear me, how it's just like I'm talking to myself, but why would I use words if I'm talking to myself when I can already hear myself very clearly in my own head? But you know what? That's why your girl makes videos, honestly, so I can better understand the things I'm saying. Sometimes it helps to play it back, alright? And that's why I sing, because you can hear a lot of things when you sing. The lines, the rhythm, it all comes together. Alright, you guys, here's a sample. I want to stop it so bad. I'm gonna stop it. Sorry. It's just too cringy. It couldn't go on. So yeah, we're gonna stop there. I think I think that was a good place, to just chill with the music. Why? Because I don't know, it sounds better when you listen to it for the first time. Honestly, like, why I sing is just, again, it helps me clear my head. I do listen to these. Maybe I'll play the rest later at the end if you guys want. But like, yeah, what's up, Jamin? Yeah. So singing helps. What else? So today is Friday. This is a day that I like to focus on the throat. Focus on that center of energy. Sometimes I like to, wear something that I think expresses my mood for that day. A little bit extra pizzazz, Also look at my nails. Guys, I did my nails. I haven't done my nails in a while, but I did my nails and they are eyes. And I think I just really like, I feel like they looking at me. I got like little got people watching me. It's cute. I like it. Anyways, where was I? Throat. Yeah. Speaking. Yep. Yeah, this is the day I like to go through my emails. I mean, I go through my emails on other days, but today I like to send emails. I'm saying that and I'm like, okay, I sent one email. If you're in the Check Your Chakras, you've enrolled in any of our courses and you probably got that email. This would be a great time to talk about the changes that we're making on the platform, which is we're changing platforms completely. And that is a decision I'm really, really excited to make. I think on my end, it gives a little bit more freedom and flexibility for how the content is kind of put together and how you can access it. So we're not relying on Thinkific anymore, although if you did purchase a course with us, you can still access it on Thinkific. But we are starting to transition away from that. And yeah, so more on that. And that, Check Your Chakras includes the Master Your Energy course and the porn reprogramming mastery mini course as well. So yeah, it's such a wonderful, like, I cannot tell you how weird it is to tell people in my normal life, yo, what's up? Made a course about the chakras. I made a course about mastering your energy. I made a course about reprogramming your mind around porn. And I also made a course about light language, light resonance portal. Shout out Aria. And yeah, I like making instructive information about channeling, I guess, honestly, and energy and stuff like that. I think it's cool. And it makes me learn more and connect with people that want to learn, and we can learn together. Thanks, Jamin. My nails fucking sexy. That's right. Okay, was gonna no, sorry. I was gonna flip myself off for saying that. Honestly, that was disturbing. Not really. Anyways, guys, this is such a vibe. I'm kind of loving it. I'm loving it. Oh. Yeah. All right. So the real vibe is that I do have a little bit of work to do. When am I not working? When I'm sleeping. Yeah, and when I wake up, I do like to okay. Yep. All right. That train of thought just went. All right. That train of thought just went. I like I like being alive. I like being alive with you. You know what? I've been learning a lot about the throat. Now, I think this is where for me, this is like the biggest struggle of my life right now, guys. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. It's my throat, my guy. It is my throat, my soul family, good fiber. When I get angry, I don't like, I like to spread good vibes. Love, light, joy, and peace. Don't ask me why. It's just I feel like literally one day I just was sick from school and I was like, let me make a video. And in the video, the intro was, my name is Esther Joy. I like to spread love, light, joy, and peace. Period. And that's it. And yeah, I resonate with it 100%, and I think that is a big part of my mission here on Earth, and yours as well for being here. But yeah, nah, I definitely am. Oh Lord, I'm definitely like, sometimes, the good vibes are wonderful, but I've been grounding, because you can be excited about something, you can be excited to spread good energy, but being excited, like, you can be excited to start a business, you can be excited about your manifestations, and that's great. It gets the energy in an excited state, and you're like, oh. But you need to calm that down, or it won't actually ground properly, and it will never be manifest in this reality. So I guess that's why I went through this like grounding period with the good vibes, where I was like, oh my god, good vibes, love, light, joy, peace. And now I'm more like, what's up, my family, soul family? It's been a journey, it's been a war, but we here to spread love, light, joy, and peace. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of how it feels now, more or less. But yeah, I think that's because, the world and stuff happens and trials happen and expectations are not met, and then you realize that you shouldn't expect anything, and you might get frustrated, and you gotta bring in the compassion, and you gotta bring back in the love, and you gotta shed light on where you are at, and, be at peace with it, and that is the joy, okay? That's the joy of being alive. But yeah, so throat chakra stuff. A big block for me that I'm realizing is that when I get angry or have like negative vibrations that come into my mind, or I should say I judge and perceive in my, in my reality, and when I judge that this is bad, or, negative energy, negative experience, it comes to a point where I don't want to like express that to the world, because I don't want to spread that. It's not what goes in a man that defiles him, it's what comes out, all of that stuff. And I just like don't want to feed that negative energy, more or less, by speaking anything like that into existence. But you gotta say something, you gotta express the energy in some way, and I think that's what I've been kind of like realizing and a little bit like struggling with, is like, how do you express the not so good vibrations that are an inevitable part of life? in a way that is still full of goodness, still you can take lightly, you know, has joy and can bring peace. Like how? Um what was I where was I gonna go? Because yeah, you know, a girl, honestly, I'm a human. I have human thoughts. Sometimes I'd be angry. Sometimes I'd be thinking, today somebody's gonna die. But that's not like I know I don't want to actually bring that energy into the world. And so it's been kind of a struggle trying to figure out how to best. So, pretty much what I've been doing is averting my attention elsewhere and finding other channels to express. And that's why I do work. You know, that's not why I do work. I do work to pay for my life, you know, to pay for the, the computer and the services and the this my phone bill and the things that I need to function in this society, I guess you could say. That's one of the reasons why I work. But the main one is to just to kind of keep some of the negativity at bay, but that's not resolving it. You know, it's still there. And unless you can find a way to acknowledge it, it will always be there. So that's what I'm kind of dealing with a little bit. Of course, I honestly do have stuff that is getting done on all ends. And maybe I'll update you with some of the stuff I've been doing, you know, because why not? You know, why not? Okay, first off, 100%. Okay, this is just like trigger warning. Jesus Christ, Esther. No filter, guys. We're vibing, right? Vibing, respectfully, vibing. I gotta say that, like, okay, when I get stressed, I get a little bit more horny, okay? I get a little bit like, oh, and then, you know, so I try to, like, regulate my stresses, because I don't want to try to escape them by feeding into my lusts, pretty much, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I think I said it well enough, okay? So there is a balance here that I am trying my best to maintain so that I can be sane in the membrane. Oh, let's refrain from. Okay, that was good. Okay, so back on topic. Don't remember what topic we were on. Hey, 100% agree. We all struggle. We're not perfect. That's why we are in this today. Hey, we are in this together. You right. Today we in it together. Thank you, Stefan. Our age, that was great. That was great. Is it our age or both? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that is, yeah, okay, I remember, okay, yeah, I'm updating you with some of the things going on, and let me know what's going on in your life. So, I've been getting into the crypto sphere. Now, before the crypto bros, or the crypto hoes, or the crypto knows say anything, I've just been trying to understand how it works. Am I low-key trying to create a coin? Yes, I am. Absolutely. I'm trying to create a coin because I think it will help gardens, and that would be cool. It will help regenerate gardens and make gardening more accessible and just like a social, like a fun thing. I just want to like make a coin to gamify gardening, pretty much. I think that would be fun. And I'm realizing I'm complicating it. I'm overcomplicating it. It's actually not that hard. Was talking to some wonderful people over at Litter Token, which created a crypto coin that you can get by just picking up litter. They originally started off by giving you a $2 in value litter coin, $2 US dollars, backed up litter coin. That's one coin equals $2. Now it's like one coin equals 130, so like hop on it. It's gonna keep growing to the moon. Litter coin, they're doing great stuff. You pretty much pick up originally you pick up like 10 pieces of garbage, and you take a picture of it and you send it to them. They verify it, you get your token. Awesome, you can cash out. Yeah, that's it. And they I had a talk with them because I was overthinking, and they literally were like, just do what you want to do. They knew that they wanted to pick up litter, and they wanted to, encourage people to pick up more, clean up, the planet. And so they figured out the simplest way to do that. And in the beginning, it was like not at all any like crypto stuff. It was just like, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, sell us, whatever, and we will convert that into tokens manually, and then we'll let you know how many tokens you've gotten from that money, and we'll put it into a spreadsheet, and that's how we'll keep track of it. And now they actually created, I think on the Polygon network, they have their token, and yeah, they're continuing to grow, and I think that's amazing. And yeah, it started off so simple, and they're developing as they go. And so I think for me, I was just so in my head. I was like at the step they're at now, after they've had an effective working beta, that works, like an MVP that works. So I was like, dang, I need to like back up. I need to stop overthinking so much, because it's easy when we have so much information to feel like you don't have enough information, because you're just like, there's so much. What if there's something I don't know? Well, you won't know unless you just do it. And the only way to do it is not to look up what to do. It is to literally just do it, because deep in your heart, if you're supposed to do it, you'll know how to do it. And that's it. That's it. Okay? So that's kind of where I'm at a little bit. Simplifying it, because honestly, it needed simplifying. It needed simplifying in my own head to be clear of, okay, what simple thing do I need to do? And yeah, that's it. Like, just do that one simple thing and you will get to where you need to go. Okay. So there's that. What else have I been doing? Oh, I'm on the student publication, and I've pretty much just been doing everything for them. I don't not to toot my own horn, but I mean, I'm helping restructure the website, and I just created the logo and the brand guidelines, and made making an appointment with the school president that I'm in the process of. And I don't know how I'm gonna, like, I was somebody at one point that was in 20 clubs, and I would go to like 5 club meetings a day. And I think for me, I just like really craved social interaction and the kind of community that you see in clubs, and that mutual interest in something. And I have a lot of interests, so I'm like, haha, but my main interest was food, so to only join clubs that had free food. Now I'm in like 5 clubs, which is pretty good, and I'm only on the e-board for one of them, which is pretty good. But yeah, I'm almost done, so we're just wrapping stuff up over here and enjoying it. I'm enjoying it as much as I can. There's some drama sometimes, like, my friend who I just met this semester, she's so sweet, and I think we're gonna be life friends, because we just, you meet somebody, you vibe with them, you like, we gonna be friends for life. You the same kind of weird as me. And she really had this crush on this boy. Let's call the boy. And and pretty much she was like obsessing a little bit over him, because she just like never really felt those feelings of love for somebody like that. And she was sharing like drawings she had of him, and one day we were like scheming how to get them together, and I was like, you just literally need to ask. Like, she was getting her information from her coworker that said he knew him, but apparently not really. He was just messing with her and gave her all of this fake news that she took because she was too scared to even connect with him on LinkedIn. But that kind of, it happens. A little bit of self-sabotage, a little bit of, just other things. It happens. And long story short, she got her heart broken. She just wasn't, she had all these expectations she made in her head about him, And when he didn't reach those expectations, like he didn't seem as interested or wasn't giving, the signs that she expected he would, the interactions or words of affirmation that she would have wanted, you know, she just like broke her heart and she had a breakdown and it was really bad. I just wanted to make sure that she didn't drop her throw her iPad across the room, because I was like, girl, you gonna regret that. So let me just take the iPad away from you. And I'm gonna go back to what I'm doing, because if I learned anything from babysitting, when somebody's throwing a tantrum, you just pretend that you just keep doing what you're doing, all right? Just let them work it out. And then when they're tired, you can go and be like, hey, man, like, I don't know if you had to throw a tantrum like that. Like, what are you really upset about, pretty much? But yeah, she was like, yeah, pretty, sometimes it happens. And, mentally it's hard. And she's doing good now. She's doing good. We at the end of the day, we got Taco Bell, and I made sure she got home safe as best I could. And that was, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think it just kind of opened my eyes. Like, I just met this girl, honestly, like a month ago, pretty much. Yeah, give or take. Like, I started talking to her like a month ago. And so, I don't know, like, it just made me realize how human everybody is. And, you don't know what somebody else is going through. You don't know their story. And this all is kind of triggered because in her public speaking class, there was a group project where you're supposed to pair up with someone, and it was an odd amount of people in the class, and so she didn't have a partner. And to be honest, I feel that, man. That's kind of like, yeah, I know Taco Bell's not the best, but after you have a long night, a potato taco sometimes can hit. Anyways, yeah. So that was a night. That was a night. Oh, I also joined drama club for a little bit before I left because it was too much drama, and I realized I can't deal with all of that drama. I thought I was dramatic until I joined, and I rehearsed literally the day of rehearsals, or I should say the day of auditions. I was late, just got in to rehearse, never done this before in my life. The closest thing I've ever done to like help with a play was paint the backdrop of the Polar Express, which was fun, by the way. That was fun. You got the bedroom, you got the train. It was fun. It was good for me. It was just me alone painting these like giant backdrops, listening to music and vibing. I wasn't even in the same room as the people practicing, so I had no idea what to expect. She gave me a piece of paper and was like, read this. And I was like, all right. I read it, I'd be getting in the vibe, I wasn't really, it wasn't that crazy. And they were just like, man, where have you been all my life? Like, being mad dramatic, as the president of the drama club probably should be. So I applied for like all of the minor roles, because your girl knew I wasn't gonna have a lot of time. And I was like, I'm just gonna be like an NPC in the background. Anyways, I get the main role. I think I already like talked about this a little bit. And my period hit that day. I was just pushing myself since that morning. I went swimming. I had like 3 main classes. I had 2 meetings in between classes. I was just like, first day of rehearsals went through past my head. Okay, I read the chat, but it did not register, so I didn't show up. Okay. I also had class that, yeah, anyways, yeah, so that happened. And then after like the second week, the 2 of the male leads dropped out. It was a really dramatic day for everybody. The director was crying. I started interpretive dancing to like channel the tension I was feeling in the room, because it was just like tense. And I was like, y'all are really dramatic, y'all have a lot of energy, and like I just need to like interpretive dance myself to like a grounded state right now. So that's what I was doing. And yeah, the next week I was like, actually, like I this is a big commitment. So I'm gonna, I'm giving you like 6 weeks notice. I'm sorry. Thankfully, like it wasn't a very major role because I swapped. I didn't want to be like the main character like they had originally intended to have me as. And I was like, all right, somebody can definitely memorize like 5% of the play and they'll be okay. All right, I did my best with the notes, but I knew it was not for me. I knew it was time to go, so I went. Yeah. And you know what? Little things like that, I think, help me realize that being aware of your boundaries, and I'm someone that doesn't like to stop something if I say I'm gonna do it, but I'm realizing like you need to like be okay with the idea of not doing everything, and you have to be okay with the idea of disappointing people you said that you could do something for, because that's life. Honestly, like if I were to stay, I would be like 15 hours a week, like 3 hours every weekday, and it would be really hard for me to A, finish my homework, B, just make videos like this and vibe more often, or at least, often enough. And C, just like do the other work that I have to do. That's kind of like that's the time frame I have to schedule meetings or like work on personal projects. So I was like, this is a big sacrifice and I don't think it's worth it. So yeah. And that's important. I think it's important for you to know like when you need to cut those boundaries so that your time you feel like is being balanced, and you're really like, if I were somebody that wanted to pursue acting and create a production of sorts, sure, I would love to, like, I would see that as a good investment of my time, but it's just not the skills I want to learn right now. I'm like, I want to work on this project. I want to connect with more gardens. I want to learn more about developing this prototype and getting it tested and writing proposals and stuff like that. So that's what I want to spend my time doing right now, and that's totally fine. Let's talk about obsession versus dedication, because I had this tweet, by the way, if you guys don't know and you're trying to find me on Twitter, because I know some of y'all probably trying to find me on Twitter. Just joking. That sounds so, I don't know, that sounds like, I didn't mean to say it like that. But this is my Twitter handle, Esther Vibes. Alright, you know what, that's an underscore. But for you, I'm just gonna do a dash. It's an underscore. I'm not gonna talk about that. or should I? Yeah. Okay, so that's for Twitter. Good luck. But yeah. Okay, where was I going with this? So the difference between dedication and obsession. When you're dedicated to something, you'll do it daily. When you're obsessed with something, you'll do other things in between what you're doing to keep you sane and running properly. And I think I'm at the state where I'm realizing I might be a little bit obsessed. That's okay if you don't do Twitter. I only started it because the crypto bros, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, yeah. Like, I realize that there's a fight. Like, I'm dedicated to, like, reading this book and finishing it. Human-centered communication. Why? Because I bought the book off Thrifted Books. It was a good book, okay? But the content, some of it's kind of dry. Maybe I'll do like a summary if anybody's interested. Let me know if you want a summary of this book. I have a couple of other books. I also read Dracula for class. But yeah, what can I say? So I'm dedicated to reading the book, so either before I go to sleep or when I wake up in the morning, I'll read a couple chapters of the book so that I can finish it, because I'm dedicated to it. But like, some of the things I'm obsessed with, I guess mostly like right now it's just creating a working prototype of this like this idea, this platform. And so when I sit down, I like time just passes differently. Like I'd just be sitting down, I'm like, okay. And even like with the YouTube, um now I'm taking more like I guess breaks and like in between. I'm like, oh, this is a vibe. But there was a point where it was just every day. And like I don't even know. I was just like obsessed with every single day. Like just share something. Just share something that provides value and spreads love, light, joy, and peace. Period. Done. And like it just like to the point where I'd be like disappointed in myself if I took a break or had like a month off. I remember once I took a month off and it was like the most serious thing ever because I was so scared that I wasn't gonna start doing it again. But now it's just such a habit where it's kind of just like ingrained after like 3 years of posting almost daily on YouTube. It's kind of to the point where it's like it's just a part of what I enjoy doing. It really is. And I enjoy connecting with you. I enjoy exploring these topics and having a platform to talk about them. And making better videos, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I wanted to say that back on the throat chakra, I feel like we went all around and we're coming back to the throat chakra. Yes, we are. We're coming back to the throat chakra. I feel very, very thankful for being alive. And I just realized I guess I just realized how important it, it is to just enjoy each moment. You thought I did before? Well, that was a moment before this one. Jesus. I think I'm realizing that I don't have to take things so seriously. And that sometimes when you just have fun with something, the results, amazing. I think I'm also realizing, like, I just realized this year, like, I'm a little bit of a workaholic. I have workaholic tendencies, I should say. Like, I work because what I do for work is fun, okay? Let me show you some of the work I be doing out here because, fam, I find it fun. I think it's really fun. Hey, yo, look at this. Like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. I don't know why this would make any sense, but alright, guys, maybe you've heard of the Deep Adaptation Forum. I think I've done a vibe with me before. I've been working on this website for a while now, and we're getting close to completion. You can, of course, check this out on their website. Deep Adaptation Forum. So here's their website, and I've been linking stuff up. So we got like a little tree that has all of the different resources on it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to finish this tree just because it's been a while. If you don't know what the Deep Adaptation Form is, you're not alone. I don't think at all. That's some other stuff I was doing. Because yeah, it's pretty much the whole idea is that the world is like society is inevitably going to collapse. And there's a research paper that goes over the whole, like, the OG. Maybe I'll pull up the OG paper for you guys just so you can see what I'm saying out here. Yeah, I think that this is like, I don't know, maybe you'll find it interesting, but I just think it's wild. It's pretty much just a map for navigating climate tragedy. So they're preparing for the worst, pretty much, is what they're saying here. Like, the worst thing, okay? The worst thing that could possibly happen. You can read it, honestly. It's mad long. I don't even know how many pages it is. And to be honest, have I read it all? I should. And I have read some of it, and I've highlighted some of it. But it pretty much is just being like, I think the world might come to an end. And a lot of people, like, kind of believe that, you know, society is gonna collapse, whatnot, and so on and so forth. actually. I could probably put this in an AI I think my friend made. And shout out to friends, my friend, that you can take research articles like this one and you can insert the article, and then you can ask, I could do this with ChatGPT too. I could just like insert all of the text and be like, simplify the main objective and stuff like that. But yeah. All right, so yeah, so honestly, I think that it's lovely that there's a group of people that realize that maybe like what's happening in the world is we're nearing the end. But I also think that survival, life will go on. Life will go on. Will we be there? I don't know. Nor do I really care that much. I'm alive for this time, and I'm only supposed to be alive for this time, okay? We're all supposed to be alive for this time. That's why we're here. So yeah, I can live happy with that. I'm not gonna live forever, and I'm very, very satisfied, at least not in this body. Yeah. So I think that these are really beautiful, like, understandings though, that like, the world is one day gonna collapse and it's okay. You're not alone in thinking this. And most importantly, I think the urgency of realizing this is gonna push a lot of people, right now we're seeing it, to wake up and to do something about it, to use your resources wisely so that you can be okay, that you can produce something that is of value to the earth, to God, to oneness, to the creator of all life. So I do feel like deep within us we know that we are capable of healing the wounds that we have inflicted on each other. And that is, yeah, that's it. Maybe that's why, I'm going back to the throat. I know that there's, when those energies come, that, yeah, I might not know how to heal them, but I know that there is a way to heal them, and maybe it's just acknowledging their existence, honoring it, and allowing it to just be so that it can revert back to its divine nature. Just a thought. Jesus is within all of us, and the more that we realize that God has created man and Jesus was a man, and that we can communicate to God through the Holy Ghost, like, ring, ring, what's up? And I don't know, this is just me riffing, right? I think that we will see the awakening, and we'll go back to being good gardeners of the earth, kind of like Garden of Eden, but hey, who knows? All I do know is that, yeah, I think that we're coming to an age where two cultures are emerging. One is this wonderful, regenerative, just self-sufficient, off-grid, solar punk nomad way of living. Like, these people are very free. They rather the government not get involved. They rather live off the earth. They know that there's free energy, and they know that there's a way to live peacefully with all of creation. And then there's the other side, which is the panic-stricken, destructive, nature of mankind that is spiraling into the pain of cycles that they've been experiencing and inflicting upon one another. And it just builds this, wall and deeper pit that, our fellow man may fall into. And if we're not careful and diligent and, do our due diligence, so we may also fall into, because, that mind, that mass mindset, it can lead others astray if you're not aware. So there's that. And, I'm just here to share the speculation, because I think we kind of all know that, we can see these kind of tribes forming. There are other tribes other than those two that I described that are forming. But for me, I think those are like the main two polarizing sides of what's going on. The one that's kind of just like not sure what to trust, so trust the thing that they fear the most in a way, and those that just trust that love is so powerful that the fear has a place, but it is beneath the love, and honoring that. So yeah, I think there's a lot. There's a lot going on. We're just vibing. I'm vibing with you right now because that's what we do out here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Other day I was walking my dog Jedi. You know Jedi. You know Jedi. He's not there now, but you know Jedi. And my neighbor's dog came out of the fence. This is the third time their dogs come out of the fence. You're wondering, like, what kind of fence they have? A fence that does not lock, okay? This fence looks sturdy, but then, like, for whatever reason, I guess there's no lock on the door for the opening, so it just swing open. Do you know what they do? They back up their truck to keep the fence closed. So the truck wasn't there this time. And so the dog came, and I think the dog, honestly, the first time they were kind of friendly, but kind of far. Um, and the second time they got in a fight with my dog, old Jedi, my boy Jedi, did get done bit up. I was nervous he was gonna have to get stitches, but your girl did a really good job of cutting off all of the hair around the wound and making sure he wasn't licking it and disinfecting it often. And it's good now. He does have a scar, but it's cool because he's a cool dog, just like I have a scar on my forehead for different reasons. Still, we're cool. Um, but yeah, so this time the dog ran out. I was like, Lord Jesus, no, no, not again. And last time I was like, I'm not gonna kick a dog. This time I was kicking. I found a stick. I started hitting the dogs, both of them. I was like, Jedi, stop biting him. Because when you try to pull a dog away from a dog fight, it takes the other dog with it. So I was trying to pull Jedi away. He was holding on to the other dog. And I was now pulling on two dogs, not going anywhere because obviously that's not how you separate them. So you know what? Like, it was crazy. I had dirt everywhere. I was beating both of the dogs with the sticks. I was using the stick to block their mouths from biting each other. It was just like a lot. And then eventually, after like what seemed like an eternity of me just like beating the life out of the dogs and just like telling them, nah, chill, bro. Um, the neighbors came and they were like, oh my god, Jesus, Bella. And then, they brought their dog in and thank you. And I was like, that's totally fine. But my boy Jedi did okay. He did good. Hope their dog's okay. He was covered in blood. Had to wash him. I was just so tight. And what was actually tight, and maybe this is why I'm bringing this up, is because my throat was so tight after that from just the intensity and the adrenaline and just like honestly maybe telling the dogs to stop, and they obviously do not care what you're saying. They are too focused on what they're doing in that moment, which is um I like remember wheezing, and I was wheezing for like a couple days after that as well cuz my vocal cords were so tight after that situation. It was difficult to breathe, and I could literally feel like the constriction, like the constraint that I was having on my voice. So that was really interesting, and it made me remember that, oh yeah, vocal cord displacement's a thing, and I'm aware that I have this condition called vocal cord displacement where my vocal cords close under usually intense physical activity, and that's why I love swimming because you don't have to breathe that much. But um I it really made me realize that I don't feel safe. I even after the situation, and I thank God Jedi's fine. They said their dog's fine. It's fine. It's like a friendly dog fight, right? But yeah, just like a boa constrictor. It was like I went after that the fight, and after cleaning the dog, I had to go to class, and I just like I just was wheezing, like literally like wheezing. and I just felt like so tight in my chest. And it, like, I was aware of it, and I knew it was because I just felt so tense after this like encounter. That honestly wasn't even that crazy, you know? I mean, dog fights are not that fun, but thank God both the dogs were okay. Yeah, there was a lot of blood, and maybe like I got a couple cuts on my hands for, you know, but it's fine. I just felt like that feeling, I think for me, you know, in connection to the throat chakra, it was just like, how do I release some of this energy? And like, I really wanted nothing more than to just like be able to breathe fully and clearly in that moment. And I think I started like to get frustrated. Maybe this is why it was like a couple days, because I was getting frustrated at myself for still like having this closed airway, you know, struggling to breathe the next day. And that frustration obviously kind of did not help. It did the opposite. And it wasn't until I was with a friend and I was like, we need to do meditation. You know, they were sharing some stuff that's going on with them. I was like, let's just meditate. And I just knew like that I needed to meditate as well, because that's my brother Nathan, by the way, in the background. That's how he expresses himself. He's a Gemini. He's actually very quiet unless he feels like nobody's listening to him. Then he gets really loud. Gemini energy. Anyways, I didn't need to say that. No, nothing to do with his zodiac or anything like that. That's just his lovely personality. But yeah, so once I meditated, it did open up the airway, and it is kind of nice to know that by like calming yourself and allowing yourself to center, you can control so much. And I was able to just like tap into a little bit of the throat and what was causing me to feel tight and just like tense and unsafe, and acknowledge that and breathe into it. Quite literally, let's take a few breaths together, because I'm very thankful to breathe with you on this day. Ooh, mouth breath, okay. Let's do a nose breath. Yo, I know some of y'all are gonna start switching up, doing some alternate nostril breathing, which is good. But yeah, I think I'm realizing how important breath is again. You know, you forget because it's something that's so normal and you don't have to think about it, thankfully. But it is important. I realize that it helps me regulate like my eating habits. It helps me, of course, regulate my stress, which, yeah, you know, helps me regulate my sleep patterns. It helps me regulate how I interact with people. Like, it helps me regulate, you know, my body. And breathing is good. Breathing is important. And it is good to breathe. So, so yeah, that's the vibe for today. I feel like I shared so much tea. I shared like all the tea up in here. And I'm quite thankful that I was able to share the tea with you, fam, because that's what we all about. Also, I started doing some more. Okay, never mind. That nobody needs to know about that. Alright, what you do need to know is that practice your breath, because it's gonna change your life for the better. And it's free. So you might as well just be aware when you breathe. Okay? You are light, you are love. You have joy and peace in your heart. And I am so thankful to be with you. Yeah. Continue to grow good seeds, and I will see you in the next one.